Today, the second cashier who was supposed to come in after I came in called out. So I was by myself, my whole shift, but at least we had an extra supervisor come in at around noon. So that worked out. That means that my first two supervisors could do their shit, but also be around to help me whenever I had too many people waiting on my line. But still, I just don't like it when I don't anticipate it. I mean, I'm prepared no matter what, but I feel like I deal with it better if I know in advance. But at least my supervisor's presence was so heavy and palpable that I really didn't feel that absence, except for the fact that my breaks were delayed. And like the total cat lady I am, if I am sent to eat a little later than I had planned for, then we may have some issues. But anyway, it worked out. It was still a good day. It was just one of those days when I decided to have a little faster pace, just for funsies. So today, I happened to draw a stressless card. So let's see what wisdom awaits me. Create your own at-home yoga studio with yoga videos on YouTube, a lit candle, and a towel on the floor. LOL. The fact that it actually specifically mentions YouTube. It's funny that this comes up because I have yoga supplies that I inherited from mom. I have wanted to record myself to observe my form to see if there's anything that I can correct about the stretches I've been doing, but I had no intent of uploading them. It's one of those things of I can't really observe myself in a mirror depending on my pose. So what I do is I film myself, and then after that I'm like, okay, I see what I'm doing, and then I delete it. But I feel like this might be a little encouraging now because it's not like I am an expert at working out. You guys know that if anything, I get hurt when working out and I'm terrible at it. Even though I've been working out for 9 years now, I have nothing to show for it. I also felt like there are some areas that I just need to improve in, but I need to be able to be observed by someone who's an expert at these things and knows how to actively give me feedback and be like, well, your spine is bending kind of weird, keep it straight, or your arms, they're too tense. Kind of like shoulder. Something I've been working is my shoulder pose. When I'm at work, I notice that I'm doing this a lot. So now I've been trying to train myself to stick my chest out, chin up a little bit, shoulders back, and maintain my shoulders pushed back, because I realized that at some point they start hurting because I unconsciously do this. I overextend them. So I'm trying to train myself to fix this, because it's one of those things that if I don't address it now, it's going to lead to chronic pain. Something I've been working on is my hips. I want to say it's external rotation. Basically, it's when I try to open my hips wide, I really can't do that. Say, when I sit on the floor and I cross my legs, I can do that just fine. But my knees are like way above the ground. So that tells me that my hips, which I have had this problem since I was a kid. I want to say I discovered I had this issue when I was in 6th grade. And that is when I do a butterfly, for instance, my knees can't touch the floor either. And another thing I discovered about 3 weeks ago that I cannot do anymore is, I don't know exactly what the name of this pose is, but basically it's like a frog. You know how frogs have like their legs, their hind legs kind of look like this when they're lying down, and I guess their frontal legs would look like that. Well, for the life of me, I cannot make my knees, and I guess by extension my hips, rotate to where I can lie on my stomach over my legs as I have my hips widened, if that makes sense. Yep. No, forget it. Can't do it. And the machines, the hip abductors and adductors, I can do them just fine. But I noticed that the one, I forget which one it's called. I think that's the adductor, where you have to open your hips wide and push outward as opposed to you start from an open position and close them. I can do that one fine. But starting with weight, like say over 60 pounds of opening my hips outwardly, I can do it, but I can't really open my legs that wide. Lately, ever since I've been working on, I guess, enhancing my stretches by adding weight to them, I can feel the difference. I can certainly deep squat much better than that thing I showed you guys ages ago. Maybe not ages ago, but maybe about a year ago, when I was trying maybe one of the leggings. Another thing I observed is that if I was trying to get up from the ground using just my legs, my right knee wanted to collapse. For some reason, it just shook and it just collapsed really weird. But now I can keep it open, and I'm also trying to train myself to kind of push the ground with my feet, which is something that I just did not think about doing, but now I can visualize it a little better. For me, the reason I don't have content like that is because I feel like working out is something that's kind of private, and that's why I've been timid about it, and I've only shared maybe like 3-4 videos ever of me doing anything remotely resembling a workout. But I've wanted to use some of the supplies that Ma left. She left the mat, one of those roller looking thingies, and a Bosu ball. It's that hemisphere looking medicine ball, and I want to train doing push-ups with that one. But realistically, because my room is an utter mess, as you can observe, and downstairs there really isn't enough space, there really isn't a place for me to set up a camera like that, even if I wanted to. Maybe if I had like a third room, an extra spare room, that would be my dream. I would like to live in a 3-bedroom where I can have my business room, which would be kind of like a studio. I would just shoot videos from there and perhaps even have space for home workouts. In addition, have the clothes that I'm selling, use it kind of like a storage / studio room, but there really isn't a necessity for that. And on top of that, I'm not trying to work harder than I already do by increasing my hours in the name of affording a place that's bigger. That's stupid. No promises. I dropped the card. I can't say that I'm going to do content like that, devoted, but maybe here and there I might upload a teaser or something like, hey, this is how I'm working on my hips. It's just that I'm very reserved. Like I said, even though I have to go to a gym, work out in public, and a lot of people are recording nowadays, to me, working out is something that's personal and private, and especially poses like that, yoga, stretching, it's just revealing in ways that I don't feel comfortable, you know what I mean? So I would have to be happy with like the angle that I'm shooting and stuff that I don't deem to be like too showy, I guess. And that's really the only thing I can imagine showing you guys. Like lifting is all cool and fun and stuff, but I think the lifting video I posted like 7 years ago, that's good enough. And cardio, I don't see the point of really showing that. It's just one of those things. This is not a working out channel, this is a rambling channel. Or really, I post whatever I want, but it's not like I want to make public what my habits are. Those are my thoughts when it comes to that topic. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know if you have ever suffered from mobility limitations. Say you have trouble completing a rotation with your shoulders. Let it be forward, let it be backward. Your legs, do you have hip issues? Do you have knees that I guess don't bend right? Ankle problems, foot problems? Let me know, because I've been on a journey of rehabbing myself in ways that I didn't know I needed rehab. I've never gotten hurt, but I have observed that there are some things that I just cannot do as easily. And one of the things I had to fix was my shoulder. And what I mean by fix is, for some reason, it always felt like I had a knot, like really bad. And then lately, I've been trying to do things that target muscles that I feel are dormant. And maybe that, along with my back, is going to help me work on maybe doing half a pull-up. For me, my dream is to be able to do a pull-up and to be able to do a middle split. I can do this kind of split, but I can't do a middle split. So that's kind of what I'm working on. Those are my goals. That's it. Nothing crazy. Another one of my goals had been more of acrobatics kind of things, like say being able to get off the floor with my hands and kind of like doing a flip of some sort, but I don't have to do all that. What I can do is good enough. All right, I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.